This is exactly right.
This episode is supported by FX's The Shards, a seductive drama from executive producer Ryan Murphy.
Set in 1980s Los Angeles, the series follows a group of glamorous, deeply entangled high school seniors drawn into a life of wealth, beauty, parties, and excess.
At its center is Brett, whose reality begins to unravel when the arrival of a new student coincides with a series of mysterious murders. FX's The Shards, now streaming on Hulu.
Goodbye. Everyone loves the idea of spending an afternoon curled up with a good book.
Well, grow up, because it's almost impossible.
Luckily, you can take your next great story with you on Audible.
Audible has a massive selection of titles to choose from, including This American Life, new books by Michael Connelly, along with classics from Agatha Christie, and so much more.
Whether you want a mystery, a true crime story, or something completely different, there's always something new to listen to.
New members can start listening with a 30-day free trial at audible.com/MFM.
Audible, stories that speak to you.
Goodbye.
The best time to think about home security is before you need it.
That's exactly why there's Simply Safe.
Traditional home security only alerts you after a break-in has already happened, and that's too late. Simply Safe is changing that.
Simply Safe's US-based live agents identify threats on your property and help deter them so intruders never get to your house.
The system is customizable so you can build one that fits your home and your specific needs.
The 24/7 professional monitoring is effective and affordable and won't lock you into a long-term contract.
I think that's what's so scary for so many people is that long-term contract. And like, what if it turns out you don't like it or need it, but they don't have that because they know you'll like it and you'll know that you need it and feel so much safer when you have it. Like at this point in my life, I would never go without a security system on my house. I just feel safer with actually having Simply Safe around.
There's a whole staff at Simply Safe that's waiting to talk to you and help you out. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplysafe.com/MFM.
That's half off at simplysafe.com/MFM.
There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Goodbye.
Hello.
And welcome
To my favorite murder,
the Minisode.
where we read you your stuff.
And we're just going to get into it because you know all the things that we normally say.
Yeah.
And you don't really need an introduction.
That's right. Want to go first?
It's emails. It's emails. If you're someone's sister or mom that just started listening, it's emails. Okay.
about anything, truly.
Listener emails about really whatever story they want to tell us. And this one, this one's good. Okay. I'm not going to read you the subject line, though. It just starts, "Hi, I'm new to MFM and also podcasts, but so far, super good."
Phew.
I skimmed that part to get to the meat of this, and I didn't really notice that intro. Thank you. Thank you very much. My husband and I live in a new build neighborhood, so all of the homes are brand new and built within the last 8 years. Naturally, when we moved in, I just assumed that there wouldn't be any ghosts. Fast forward a few years, and all of the couples are having babies. My neighbor, who has become a close friend, tells me that some very strange things are happening in their house, mostly around the electronics. TV turning on its own to a white screen and not turning off with the remote. Alarm clocks changing to military time and going off in the middle of the night. And the dogs avoiding certain rooms in the house. Although creepy, they continued to go about their normal lives, and I continued to freak out / hope that every time she came over to watch trash TV and drink wine, that the ghost didn't catch a ride over to my house. The final straw for my neighbor happened when she was awoken in the middle of the night by her daughter, who had just turned 1. So this is a baby, basically. Screaming from inside the closet in the nursery. My friend was incredibly freaked out because her daughter was still young enough that she slept in a crib on its lowest setting, had never tried to climb out, and had not started walking yet.
What?
The next morning, she looked back at the Nest camera footage they used as a baby monitor and was unable to find the moment her daughter went from sleeping peacefully in her crib to sitting in her closet across the room crying. She was simply just in her crib one moment and in the closet the next.
No.
As her daughter got older, she would point at the Nest camera and cry and wouldn't fall asleep unless she was put to bed in the other bedroom. Naturally, a few years later, when they had their second daughter, they put her in the same room without blinking an eye. And if that doesn't perfectly explain how second kids are treated like second-class citizens, I don't know what does. And then it says in parentheses, I fortunately was blessed to be the oldest of 3 girls.
Oh, well, lucky you.
Oh, must be nice.
Try being third.
Oh,
Yeah,
that is rough.
it is.
Anywho, my neighbor decided to have her house saged by another neighbor who confirmed that she got, quote, very negative vibes when she was in the house. As usual, all of the moms decided to take this as an opportunity to leave their kids at home with the dads and drink wine on a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
I absolutely did not fucking attend. But I noticed around 7 p.m. my lights flickered in my house. When asking my neighbor about how the sage ceremony went, she confirmed that at the end of the ceremony, all of the lights in her house went off and on, the same time my lights flickered. My friend is told that to seal the ceremony, she needs to bury the sage. You would think that this would be the first thing my neighbor would do. Nope. She put it in her junk drawer and her husband threw it away, assuming it was trash.
Dude.
Further pissing off the spirit world. I mean, holy shit.
I know. I don't even believe in this shit, but I would be in my backyard with a shovel the minute after.
Doing signs of the cross.
Totally.
And
I'm Jewish, and I would be praying to Jesus.
Please, Jesus, join me in this one situation. Thank you so much for making my commute bearable. Stay sexy and don't throw the sage in a junk drawer. Margaret. P.S. Please tell me one of you is the one singing the theme song.
Do it, Karen. Do it.
My friend murder.
It's Karen.
It is me. Margaret, that story was nutso.
Great. Oh, in a closet.
Horrifying.
Burn the house down after that.
Also, just move the child out of the room. If something's moving the child around, you step in.
Yeah.
I would just, easy for me to say.
Yeah.
Hindsight is 20/20 vision. Get the child away from the invisible demon that doesn't show up on the next camera is my light suggestion.
Okay, this one's called Kid in a Dryer. Hi, Franz. Frands. Pleasantries to you all. Let's get into it, pun intended. When I was listening to Minisode 326 and Georgia was talking about the, quote, game her and her siblings played with the pullout couch, I knew I had to share this childhood, quote, game my brother and I used to play. Kid in a Dryer. And then it's trademarked. And then it says, as Kate Winkler Dawson says, let's set the scene. Imagine a frigid Canadian winter in the late 80s or late 1900s, as my kids like to say. And as elementary school kids, we used to walk to and from school about 20 minutes in snow up to our knees most winter days. By the time we got home, our socks and bottom half of our pants would be soaking wet or sometimes frozen solid.
Jesus.
We were used to putting our socks and pants in the dryer when we got home and waiting for them to dry while watching whatever show we could tune in with our antenna because we didn't have cable.
Hey, antenna hive, rise up.
That's right, bunny ears. There's only so much public television a kid can watch. So after a while, we developed this game where we would take turns getting all caps into the dryer and all caps turning it on. Because we were home alone, cold, and bored.
Yeah.
It started out the worst possible way. Just a kid in a dryer banging around with the door closed. You heard that right. The door was closed.
Yeah. It can't go if the door isn't closed.
Right. It got hot fast, so we only took short rides. But once my brother came out red-faced and with a goose egg over his eye, I figured we better cushion ourselves somehow. I shoved a bunch of blankets and pillows around the drum and got back in. We started to feel like we couldn't breathe in there with all those pillows and blankets, but we couldn't end the game. It was too much fun. After a little exploration, we discovered that all you had to do was push a little lever by the opening of the door and voila, the dryer would go with the door open.
Oh, God.
We're talking 1980s dryers too, by the way, or probably 1970s because people didn't buy new appliances back then.
It's like so hilarious. And it's also making me panic so hard.
I know.
Like, this is so fucking unsafe. And kids in the 70s and 80s did shit like this constantly.
Totally.
Constantly.
Totally.
Ugh.
No supervision. None.
No.
Let the, quote, games begin. This became a regular wintertime activity for my brother and I until we both got too big to get in the dryer. It was so dumb and could have ended so badly, but getting dizzy is a kid's equivalent to getting high. And we rode that fucking machine like it was our job.
They outgrew it. They didn't stop because something happened.
No one got caught. No one got
No.
caught. I don't know if my parents ever found out about it, but my dad did have to replace the dryer belt more frequently than he expected. And I remember him saying it was strange how fast we were going through them. Anyway, thanks for reading my 80s kid survival story. Stay sexy, and if you want to warm up after a long winter walk, just put a blanket in the dryer, not yourselves. Meg, she, her.
That's very true, Meg. There's so many other ways to warm up besides that hilariously dangerous one.
Yeah, but
Jesus Christ.
they're not so, that's fun.
Well, yeah, it's not going to pass the time in the same way. Because I think deep down, at least I remember that when we did stuff like that, we knew it was bad.
Yeah.
We knew it was dangerous. That was part of it. Whereas like, well, might as well try it. I mean, who knows? Oh, Jesus. Okay.
This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace.
Every successful small business starts with someone saying, I wonder if people would actually buy this.
Squarespace gives you everything you need to find out.
From consultations to events and experiences, you can showcase your skills with a customizable website designed to attract clients and grow your business.
With Squarespace's collection of cutting-edge design tools, anyone can build a beautiful, professional online presence that perfectly fits their brand or business.
Get paid on time with professional invoices and online payments. Plus, streamline your workflow with built-in appointment scheduling and email marketing tools.
Head to squarespace.com/murder for a free trial.
And when you're ready to launch, use offer code MURDER to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
Goodbye.
This episode is supported by FX's The Shards, a seductive drama from executive producer Ryan Murphy.
Set in 1980s Los Angeles, the series follows a group of glamorous, deeply entangled high school seniors drawn into a life of wealth, beauty, parties, and excess.
At its center is Brett, whose reality begins to unravel when the arrival of a new student coincides with a series of mysterious murders. FX's The Shards, now streaming on Hulu.
Goodbye. Grocery shopping seems like it should take 20 minutes.
And then 2 hours later, you're standing at the checkout with a frozen pizza and 6 different types of chips.
Lucky for you, there's Hungry Root.
Hungry Root is like having your own personal shopper and nutritionist all wrapped in one. They'll take care of the weekly grocery shopping and recommend groceries and meals tailored to you.
Once you tell them about your goals and preferences, they fill your cart with personalized recommendations. And those recommendations get smarter as Hungry Root learns more about what you did or didn't like.
Most of Hungry Root's recipes can be made in just 15 minutes or less. You can't get any easier than one pan shakshuka. I've always said that.
Yeah, I love the convenience and also the fact that I don't have to go park anywhere.
Thank God Hungry Root's around to help us shop and help us build really healthy and delicious meals.
For a limited time, get 40% off your first order, plus get a free item in every box for life.
Go to hungryroot.com/MFM and use code MFM.
That's hungryroot.com/MFM, code MFM to get 40% off your first box and a free item of your choice for life. Goodbye.
Let's go back to Canada for this next email.
Let's.
The subject line is Field Trip of Terror. Hi, all. I grew up in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada, where I went to a small French immersion grade school. I think the total population from kindergarten to grade 8 was about 100. And it was a pretty low-budget institution on the outskirts of town. The neighborhood around it was mainly auto body repair shops. You're really painting a picture.
Yeah.
Needless to say, there wasn't a lot of money to go around for school activities. While some kids grew up going on field trips to museums and space centers, our teachers had other ideas. When I was in grade 7, as a special class treat, my teacher walked us across the big school brush field, in parentheses, playground, through a hole in the fence and down a dirt path in a forest to the town's abandoned tuberculosis sanatorium.
Oh.
And then it just says the 80s. Am I right? Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, you are right.
You are
this
right.
is a theme.
That is so freaking cool. but not for kids.
No, but also these teachers, it's just like, well, yeah, I mean, they got to do something.
Gotta go somewhere. This is called Making a Murderino, like right there.
Not to be confused with the Netflix series.
Right.
The hospital had been built in the 1920s, but with the decline of the disease, the institution fell out of use and into disrepair. The huge building had sat empty for years. It was a 5-story sprawling monstrosity that, I'm really not joking, looked a lot like the Overlook Hotel in The Shining.
So jealous.
Yeah, I mean, this is epic. I can't really remember how we got into the building. Was it unlocked? Did my teacher break us in? What I do remember is getting separated from my teacher and 12 classmates and wandering around empty, dimly lit, peeled, painted hallways. Some rooms were totally empty. Other spaces kind of looked like the doctors and patients had left in a hurry and meant to come back. Old furniture and weird medical equipment was everywhere. Maybe more concerning were the rooms that looked like people had been squatting in them more recently. I remember the terror of peering down dark corridors, not knowing how to get out, and looking back over my shoulder every 5 seconds. I really didn't want to run into any inhabitants of that hospital, living or dead. Eventually, I found my way back to my classmates and we all made it out physically unscathed. I think the best part was that night at the dinner table when it didn't even occur to me to mention anything to my parents. Again, the 80s, am I right? Yes, you are very right.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks again to you both for all that you do. You truly are the best. SSDGM, and try not to traumatize your students on field trips. Love, Ariana in Ottawa. I mean,
Oh, that's so great.
it is quite epic.
Okay, mine is called UPS Store Stories because we asked for them. This one just starts. So, my mother used to own a UPS store, their franchises. She's from Myanmar. And as most first-generation Asian American families know, evenings and weekends are not meant for fun, especially when your single mother owns a business and the motherland is a developing country that is in constant turmoil. You learn quickly to work hard and never say no to good business. So naturally, I, a 12-year-old, was sorting the mail and packaging valuables on my time off from school.
That's right.
We had several assholes a day, but most of our regular customers were decent. There was this one buff bro who would come in regularly and send these small 6x6 boxes to various places. He would only give a first name for the send to address, and his return address was a P.O. box to a post office instead of a physical address. A little sketch, but we don't question regularly returning business. Anyway, one day while I was working and my mom wasn't around, Buff Bro brought in another tiny box to send to another vague name. My coworker / family friend / babysitter, let's call him Ron, stands by as I process the shipment and Buff Bro leaves and goes about his day. As soon as he leaves, Ron goes, "You know that's a box of steroids, right?" Me, and then it says, quote, question mark, then upside down question mark, end quote. Which I think is the best way to say what?
Huh?
You know, upside down. I don't even do an upside down question mark.
That's it. They use upside down question marks in Mexico for Spanish.
Oh, interesting. Ron just grabs the box and splits it open to see a box full of tiny vials of steroids packaged in some bubble wrap. It's totally illegal to open someone's package if it's already sealed.
Yeah.
But Bro Guy was sending steroids all around the country, which was definitely illegal. And I was like 12 working a cash register, and that was probably illegal. It was just all very illegal. Ron just taped the box back up and we pretended like nothing happened. Buff Bro was spending money, and it wasn't our problem if gym dudes were giving themselves ass acne. As far as I was concerned, I saw nothing.
That's right.
Anyway, I have several other stories of illegal activities we, quote, unknowingly participated in, and also gross things like one where a dude wanted me to print something from a flash drive and he had porn saved to it. So FYI, if you hand your flash drive over to someone to print something, we can see all your files.
Oh.
He then proceeded to ask me out after the transaction, and I disgustedly turned him down because he was icky and creepy, and I was also a child.
Ew.
I know. We also had to call the cops on a guy once who wouldn't leave our store because his paperwork was delivered a day late due to weather. And there was also the time we were robbed by an old disgruntled employee. Not that fun. Thanks to the whole MFM team for all the laughs and love. You ladies have held my hand through some of the worst times of my life. And I don't know if I'd be here if I hadn't been introduced to you back in the beginning of 2020.
Oh,
wow. You're the best friends you're the best friends I have never met. Stay sexy and don't get murdered, Melissa.
Melissa, that's such a good, any stories of people having jobs as 12-year-olds, I want to hear all about it, because it's the kind of thing I think when I was 12 in 5th or 6th grade, I would be like, I'd love to work at the UPS store.
Yeah, I want a job.
But then it's like, no, the idea that a child having to deal with those ludicrous idiots that are like yelling at them for mail not being there or whatever.
Right.
Just like, ugh,
customers.
Nasty. Ew. I also loved the idea that Melissa was working and then Ron was just kind of like hanging out, overseeing.
Just vaguely babysitting her, but kind of.
But also looking through people's stuff.
Right.
Okay. The subject line of this one is my 1 hour photo treasure. Hello, friends. Hope you're well and getting the time you need for yourselves.
Oh, that's so nice.
Very nice. Longtime listener, second time emailer. It was a long story about my grandmother's death under suspicious circumstances, ... But this one is a short and sweet one that I think will bring a good giggle. A very hip, very punk, very artsy friend named Stacy worked at the photo department of a now defunct drugstore chain. He was kind of a not shy, but really chill person in high school. And one day at lunch, he approached me with the biggest smile I've ever seen. And then it just says, in quotes, I have a present for you. We were more on the acquaintance side of friends, ran in the same circle, and would end up at the same social hangs, would say hey in the hall, but we'd never once exchanged any sort of gifts. I was beside myself with curiosity and joy, and a little guilt because it's not like I had anything to give him. He hands me a photo envelope, the exact kind you'd get when your photos were done at the 1 hour photo. And then in quotes, it says, these came through work the other day and I immediately thought of you. My imagination ran wild. Were these some rando's sexy pics? Some photo evidence of a wild, debaucherous night? Potential blackmail for my absolutely shitty stepsister? No, even better. One of Stacy's customers was a professional photographer on a deadline, and they needed help speedily printing proofs of their professional concert photos, ... from Bette Midler. And this has a title case to it. It says professional front row Bette Midler concert photos.
Whoa.
I squealed. Stay sexy and know that you're my hero. Everything I would like to be, etc. Josh.
I love that Josh. Okay, then if their acquaintances with Stacy, that means they might be a little punk rock too.
Mm-hmm.
But they're also obsessed with Bette Midler. So like that is such a cool thing. You know what I mean? Like he had like a Bette Midler patch on his leather jacket.
Yes.
Maybe.
probably had made it known in some way. But also like what Josh and Stacy just did was the 80s version of social media. It was in-person Instagram where it's like, you would love this. I'm going to show you.
I tagged you in this.
Yes, exactly. But it's like, I have to hand the actual photo to you by hand.
Oh,
so
I miss
good.
that. I miss face-to-face until I have to do it. Okay.
This episode is supported by FX's The Shards, a seductive drama from executive producer Ryan Murphy.
Set in 1980s Los Angeles, the series follows a group of glamorous, deeply entangled high school seniors drawn into a life of wealth, beauty, parties, and excess.
At its center is Brett, whose reality begins to unravel when the arrival of a new student coincides with a series of mysterious murders. FX's The Shards, now streaming on Hulu.
Goodbye. In the summer, healthy habits are easy to keep until you leave the house.
You walk out the door, and the next thing you know, you're barefoot and feral in a gas station candy aisle.
That's why Kachava makes it easy to maintain your routines.
Kachava is an all-in-one nutrition shake, and now it comes in new travel packs.
Every packet gives you a simple shake with protein, fiber, vitamins and minerals, greens, probiotics, omegas, electrolytes, and more.
They're easy to toss into a bag, easy to take on the road, and a simple way to stick with your normal wellness habits, even when your schedule changes.
Man, that Kachava matcha in the individual packs is like my dream snack. It's exactly what I need and want in between the like not great meals I'm eating for lunch and the snacks I would have had anyways that are terrible for me. Like this is something I feel like I'm treating myself when I take.
You're treating yourself to vitamins, fiber, all these things that your body really wants and needs and kind of craves that it does seem like it takes a big effort to get. So now you're getting it all in one packet and in a little drink you like.
Take your daily ritual with you.
Go to Kachava.com and use code MFM for 15% off your first order.
That's Kachava, KACHAVA.com, code MFM.
Goodbye. The future has an annoying habit of always showing up.
That's why now is a great time to start planning ahead.
Enter Acorns.
Acorns is a smart way to give your money a chance to grow. You can sign up in minutes and start automatically investing, even if it's your spare change.
The Acorns potential screen shows you the power of compounding and how your money could grow over time. You can quickly adjust how much you're investing every day, week, or month to make sure you're always building towards your goals.
Whether you're just starting out or thinking about settling down, Acorns supports your big and small goals across every stage of life. Sign up now and Acorns will boost your new account with a $5 bonus investment.
Join the over 14 million all-time customers who have already saved and invested over $27 billion with Acorns.
Head to acorns.com/MFM or download the Acorns app to get started.
Paid non-client endorsement compensation provides incentive to positively promote Acorns.
Tier 2 compensation provided, potential subject to various factors such as customers' accounts, age, and investment settings.
Does not include Acorns fees. Results do not predict or represent the performance of any Acorns portfolio. Investment results will vary. Investing involves risk.
Acorns Advisors, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. View important disclosures at acorns.com/MFM.
Goodbye.
My last one's called A 2-for-1 Toddlers Open to Astroplane Shit Story.
Oh.
This is a long one, so let's just get into it. This is the third time I've written in about this, but this time you specifically asked for it. I have more details now and hopefully better writing skills, so here goes. When my little cousin M was around 2 or 3 years old, his bedroom window started to leak after a storm. His parents did their best to staunch the leak while they figured out who to call to come fix it. It stormed again the next night, but just as quick as it started, the leak stopped. When my aunt and uncle wondered aloud at why, my little cousin had the answer. It was the hammering man. Okay, creepy toddler, that's not at all terrifying. His parents asked him what he was talking about, and he just said, the hammering man fixed it. Probably creeped out like any of us would be, his parents said, okay, and moved on. But weeks later, another storm came and the leak was back. My aunt and uncle brought out the towels again to block it and once again resolved to call someone to repair it. But just like the last time, more rain came and the window stopped leaking. Once again, my little cousin said the hammering man came and fixed it. The leak stopped for good that time, so they weren't creeped out by their toddler mentioning the hammering man again until they went to my grandma's house where pictures of my dad held prominent spots in her living room. My little cousin saw the pictures, gasped, and exclaimed, it's the hammering man.
Oh.
My dad died when I was 2.5 years old. My little cousin M was about 5 months old at the time, so my dad met him, but he would not remember my dad. He was handy and could definitely have fixed a leaky window, but his toddler nephew would have no way of knowing that. I always believed the story because my dad was so happy to finally be an uncle, I'm told, but died shortly after becoming one. And also because I too had a visit around the same age. A couple months after my dad's death, my mom, a 30-year-old new widow with a toddler, was in our living room trying to wind down after putting me to bed. When she heard me say, hi, Daddy, the words and something in my tone made the hair on her arms stand up, and she went to investigate. She could hear me talking excitedly as she made her way down the hall, and when she opened my door, she found me sitting up in bed, beaming. She asked me what I was doing, and I immediately told her that Daddy had been there. I told her that he said, hi, Bubba. He used to call me this because it was how I said baby. I just got to, quote, heavens, you can't come with me, but I love you.
Oh.
Needless to say, my mom was majorly freaked out, but we both believed that my dad visited me because he couldn't leave without an explanation and the chance to say goodbye. I don't remember this visit, sadly, but I do remember my dad a little because he was my best friend. I believe he still visits me, but in more subtle ways, like sending a cigar magazine in his name to a house he never lived in.
Ooh.
We moved there when I was 5 on the mornings of both my high school and college graduations.
They just got this cigar magazine?
Yeah, with his name on it.
Oh.
Stay sexy and keep calm when your toddler gets a visit from beyond, Rachel.
How, Rachel? How?
Oh,
Oh.
that choked me up a little.
I know the dad visited the Bubba, the baby, but then came back and visited his nephews too. Her nephew, singular. Oh, that's sweet.
I know.
That's a good one to end on. That's lovely.
Yeah. Is that it?
I think so, right?
Yeah. Write in your stories to us, please.
We love them all.
myfavoriteMurder@gmail.com. Go for it.
Yeah. And stay sexy.
And don't get murdered. Goodbye.
Elvis, do you want a cookie?
This has been an Exactly Right production.
Our producer is Alejandra Keck.
And this episode was engineered and mixed by Stephen Ray Morris.
Steven! Email your hometowns and fucking hoorays to myfavoriteMurder@gmail.com.
Follow the show on Instagram and Facebook at My Favorite Murder and Twitter at My Fave Murder.
Goodbye. The best time to think about home security is before you need it.
That's exactly why they're Simply Safe.
Traditional home security only alerts you after a break-in has already happened, and that's too late. Simply Safe is changing that.
Simply Safe's US-based live agents identify threats on your property and help deter them so intruders never get to your house.
The system is customizable so you can build one that fits your home and your specific needs.
The 24/7 professional monitoring is effective and affordable and won't lock you into a long-term contract.
I think that's what's so scary for so many people is that long-term contract. And like, whatever turns out you don't like it or need it, but they don't have that because they know you'll like it and you'll know that you need it and feel so much safer when you have it. Like at this point in my life, I would never go without a security system on my house. I just feel safer with actually having Simply Safe around.
There's a whole staff at Simply Safe that's waiting to talk to you and help you out. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplysafe.com/MFM.
That's half off at simplysafe.com/MFM.
There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Goodbye.
Vacation planning should feel like a breeze, not a deep dive into countless travel sites searching for the best deal.
With Cheap Caribbean's Budget Beach Finder, you can search every destination and every date all in one search.
You'll save time and money with the Budget Beach Finder.
Say goodbye to endless scrolling and tab hopping and hello to Budget Beach Bliss at your fingertips.
Go to cheapcaribbean.com to try out the Budget Beach Finder and see just how stress-free vacation planning should be.
Goodbye. Capture your favorite summer feeling with Pandora Jewelry.
Discover a collection inspired by the sunshine, freedom, and moments that make the season unforgettable.
From sun-kissed metals to personalized pieces ready to be engraved with your summer mantra.
Each design moves with you from beach days to golden nights and every memory in between.
Shop Pandora Jewelry's new summer collection in-store or online at pandora.net and let your summer unfold. Goodbye.